How my thinking leads to eating. Help! I have fallen off the wagon. Falling off the wagon is a phrase I hear all too often, and I think it's because we don't understand what that phrase actually means. And I want to kind of go through this so you guys have a totally different perspective on this, okay? So you have been following the Thinking Leads to Eating series. You've watched all the videos. You understand now better how your lower brain is showing up, right? It's the thing that convinces you to overeat at night. It's the thing that convinces you to binge, all from a place of, in a really weird way, kindness and looking out for you in the moment, right? It's a survival mechanism. It is not a well thought out lower brain. It isn't looking at what you want long term. All it knows is you're tired, you're exhausted, you're anxious, you're stressed, you're sad, you're lonely, you're bored, you're in a state of discomfort. It could be physical discomfort too. A lot of people, when they're sick or they're suffering physically, they tend to see a difference in their eating behavior because what it is, we focus on it. Oh my God, I'm so sick. I can't get my work done. Lower brain says, let me fix this. Let's eat. So your lower brain is constantly running. Now, when I hear this phrase, I've fallen off the wagon, what that usually translates into, my lower brain showed up. It convinced me to do X, Y, and Z. It talked me through the moment, and I chose not to talk back with my higher brain, and I fell into my old habitual loop. That's it. Then I fell off the wagon is you passing judgment on that. You thinking it shouldn't have happened. You maybe being surprised, oh my gosh, I haven't done this behavior in so long, or I was doing quote unquote so good, now I'm not. It's us judging ourselves. But here's the thing, in all these videos, right? All these Thinking Leads to Eating videos, I have said over and over again, your lower brain isn't going anywhere. It's there. Like you can see somebody who can get a habit under control for a long, long time. They get their lower brain, they talk back to their lower brain, they tend to find the habit falls away for a long time. And then all of a sudden something shifts, maybe a tragedy, something happens, and their habit comes back. You know, maybe a family member's in the hospital. Maybe they went from working day shift to night shift. You know, any of these big life things happen. And then all of a sudden their habit comes back and they're like, oh my gosh, I thought I had this under control. I'm falling off the wagon. No, you're not. Your brain is actually doing what it was designed to do. There is actually proof you're quite healthy. You falling off the wagon is proof that your brain is doing its very best to protect you. Because keep in mind, it's that part of our thinking is a very archaic part. It was meant to protect us from immediate threats and danger. It was meant to help us deal with discomfort in the moment when we are surrounded by situations to bring discomfort. Now we don't have it. Now, for the most part, all your discomfort comes from your thinking. It comes from worrying about your job promotion. It comes from worrying about what's going to happen to your kids in the next 10 years. What's going on in the world from 24/7 news and media. It's not the direct threat of running out of food. It's not the direct threat of being attacked by an animal. There's none of that, right? So our survival brain, our lower brain, is always looking, it's always seeking, it's always watching out for the next thing. You know, the shoe dropping is watching out for that. So when your habit shows up and it comes quote unquote back and you feel you've fallen off the wagon, you should actually say, oh, awesome. My brain is working really well. It's watching out for me. It's trying to protect me from discomfort. I haven't forgotten anything. It's not like somebody came in and erased everything. It's literally going to show up till the day you die. It isn't going anywhere. Like you should anticipate I anticipate there will be moments where Heather falls off the wagon. Like there's going to be the times I stop weighing my food, or I might overeat, or I might find myself even emotionally eating. That's going to happen. Because what it is it's our lower brain's desire to help us get through a moment of discomfort. And we sometimes get sucked into that, right? Remember, I did a video about you're giving your lower brain the wrong status. Uncle Bob's going to show up at your house randomly. Most of the time, you're going to dismiss him. You're going to be like, ah, Uncle Bob, you crazy guy. I'm not taking life advice from you. But every great once in a while, given a circumstance, you might think, oh, this is that sage advice. I need to listen to this person, even though it's Uncle Bob in disguise, right? So the reason I'm having this conversation is this idea of you falling off a wagon. It's not true. It's all judgment. It's you not understanding, right, in that moment that your lower brain showed up, tried to protect you from discomfort, offered you the best solution it knows to offer you, which for most of us tuning in to Half Size Me videos, it's food. For other people, it would be alcohol or drugs. There's all kinds of vices that lower brains offer up to help with discomfort. And then you thinking you shouldn't have done it. You thinking that somehow you should not have a lower brain. You should not be responding to the lower brain this way. And that judgment is actually what hurts you, not the moment your habit returned. That's the difference, right? If we can say, oh, you know what? I had a binge. I emotionally ate. It happened. I had a very low moment. My lower brain chatter showed up. I overate. I had a binge. Whatever the thing is. But what happens is then when we judge ourselves, when we say, I shouldn't have fallen off the wagon or I've fallen off the wagon, then we start to get fixated in our heads about all of it and we stop doing all the other healthy things. Oh my gosh, I ate that whole box of cookies. I shouldn't have done that. You know what? I'm not going to track today. And it creates a ripple out effect of one negative thing leading to another negative thing and so on and so forth. And what happens is then we see it as being this big event. So not only did you eat the box of cookies to deal with the emotional thing because the lower brain showed up and suggested that you eat to comfort yourself, but now we're judging ourselves for doing it. We feel badly, whereas if we had said, it's going to happen. My lower brain is going to show up. I'm going to have moments like this. Not a big deal. I'm just going to write it down, make note of this, and I'm going to move on. But the judgment about the overeating or eating the box of the cookies, that leads to a cascade of you changing behavior. You feel badly about yourself. You judge yourself. You say, now because I did this behavior, obviously I'm not doing well. I might as well not journal what I ate. I might as well not go for the walk. Heck, I might as well eat whatever the heck I want because it doesn't really matter anyway. And you see how that negative spiral is more damaging than the overeating the box of cookies. And just accepting your lower brain is going to show up and those moments are going to happen, right? So what I want to encourage you, when you hear yourself saying, I fell off the wagon, say, no, this is awesome. My lower brain is working just fine. It's trying to protect me. It's doing what it does. And now all I have to do is let it go. I can journal it if I want, just so I have a record of this. But I can just move on freely, continue all my other healthy habits. No, it will show up again. Doesn't matter if you're 70, it'll still be there. 80, yep. It's not going anywhere. And all I have to do is let it pass through, not judge it, continue on my merry way, because it's not you. That's probably the most important thing. Lower brains are not you. You are the person that if I sat down with you right now and I said, what's going on? You could very articulately just explain everything. You would share with me your plan of what you want to do in your life. You would have all these great ideas and thoughts. Lower brains, when you say them out loud, are almost laughable. They make no sense. They're like, oh, wow, I'm having a stressful day today. That whole box of cookies sounds like a good idea. How? And if I were to say to you, okay, and how are those box of cookies going to fix your bad day? They're not. Right? That's intelligence. That's well thought. But lower brains don't say that. Well, we'll start this tomorrow. Tomorrow's a new day. Today you're really upset. Let's just have the box of cookies so we feel better today. It sounds like a little kid in a lot of ways, right? So the reason I share this with you is because the reason you say I have fallen off the wagon is because you look at the lower brain as being you. The sooner you can detach it from you and say, my lower brain suggested I ate the box of cookies. I was kind of in a moment unaware of what was happening, or I didn't speak back or whatever, and I ended up giving into that impulse. Not a big deal. I'm just going to keep on with my healthy habits and realize that that's going to continue to happen. Very logical, very well thought out. That's you, okay? So I really hope you see this. There's no wagon. These things are going to continue to come in and out of your life through the remainder of your life. It's not you, it's your lower brain. And you do not have to judge it. Honestly, the judging is way worse than what your lower brain is having you do, because what it does is it shuts everything down. You feeling badly about yourself, judging yourself, creates a negative feeling inside, shame, guilt, a sense of like you're broken, there's something wrong with you. And then your actions start to reflect that. Imagine a world where you just kind of almost laugh it off. Yep, ate the box of cookies, lower brain showed up, not me, moving on, gonna be more cautious next time. Boom, you're like rock star material, right? That's where we want to get you. So remember, no wagon, no falling off the wagon. You are totally fine and healthy. As a matter of fact, your lower brain showing up just means everything's working fine the way that it was designed to work. You just struggle because you don't like it. But that's judgment. Let go of judgment. All right, guys, you have a great day. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.